or lasting evaporate. Though we might create something useful and durable beyond our own personhood, when we can see our effort through beyond the goal that gets us started, immersion and devotion become that practice that lets us experience eternity. The end of that practice is our own transformation. We become one with what we work towards. Let us turn within and pray. How grateful I am to be here tonight. How grateful for this wonderful reminder. How grateful I am for Soul Center and to get here on the middle of the week to recharge my spiritual battery. I'm also grateful to know that God is the omnipresence, the one source, the creator, the one love, the one mind, the one consciousness. God is and as each and every one of us. God is moving in through and as the clouds that we see, the birds that we hear singing and watch them fly, and the ocean and the mountains. God is that beautiful, loving energy that governs the universe. I know that I am one with this divine presence. I know that each and every one of us here are one with the divine presence. And I give thanks for being here tonight, and I bless our time together. I bless this meditation practice. I'm blessing Reverend Keith as he is guiding us through, and I'm blessing each and every one of us as we open our hearts, our mind, our souls, just a little bit wider tonight to envelop ourselves in this beautiful, loving energy of the divine presence. As we turn within, God is speaking to us in ways that we can understand. I know this is true for myself. I know this is true for all of us. So I'm blessing our time together, knowing it is perfect, complete, and whole, just like we are. And I give thanks, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Lynn. Beautiful. And as we take our cue from the reading to immerse in devotion, I know sometimes, on our spiritual journey, you start to hear certain words that evoke a certain meaning to them, like devotion, discipline, things of that nature. And as we rise in our spiritual healing and growth and expansion, we begin to allow ourselves to take any charge off of certain words and get into what the real meaning is. That's what prayer is. Prayer is where you are speaking a word, but it's not the word, it's the energy behind it. And that energy behind it comes from that meditative field, because meditation is, of course, where we commune with the divine. And there's different levels. In my meditation practice that started 25 years ago, in the beginning, I didn't go as deep as I do now, or as high as I do now. There was a certain limit that I would go to, and it was fine for the time. And as time went on, I decided to give myself permission to go deeper. You'll go as far as it feels comfortable. For me, at that time, I realized that going to a certain depth or height in meditation felt like I was losing control, my ego. And when I said, okay, I'm going to give myself permission to lose control, which is really synonymous with I'm going to give up controlling and allow myself to surrender into the infinite bliss. So if somebody came up to you and said, I'm going to give you $1 million if you surrender into bliss, you'd probably say, okay, it sounds like it sounds like you're a little crazy, but I'll do it. Surrendering into bliss is what meditation is. The degree that we surrender is up to you. And again, surrender, that word might seem like I'm, giving up, but it's like, oh no, we are connecting to something greater, which is our true self. And in the many different pathways of meditation, they all have the same energy, that communion with spirit. But sometimes we come to meditation just to be still and be in awe of the divine. and I don't have to have any intention whatsoever except that. Other times we have an intention that is, I'd like providence, some divine directioning for a particular area of my life. And so we pose the question, that inquiry, and then we allow ourselves to just observe it. That would be a visioning or an inquiry. Sometimes there are eternal frequencies that you'll often hear me say at the beginning of every meditation, the eternal frequencies of peace and love and joy and beauty and harmony. Those are always happening. No matter what is going on in our lives, those energies are ceaselessly radiating because those are the energies of life itself. Many people confuse that to be temporal energy, where it's like, oh, I'm feeling harmony right now, as though that's a temporary thing, versus what we feel in the absence of the temporal energy, worries, doubts, fears, those egoic energies that create separation. In the absence of that, and by absence that means me not giving it any awareness or attention, that's the absence. In the absence of that, you are directly taken to the eternal. You're not going to get it. It's just omnipresent. It's there. So that's what makes them eternal. And so we're surrendering into our eternal nature when we move into our meditation practice. And the more you do it, the more your primordial vibration, your first vibration, your soul's vibration, your essence radiates through your personality, then you are living from those eternal frequencies. And that's where charm and charisma comes from Christ, the word Christ. And Christ is that enlightened energy. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't belong to Christianity. Christ is just a word that describes a particular frequency of consciousness, of which many individuals, including Jesus, the Christ, he was one who rose to Christ consciousness. And so all of us have that available to us. That's actually what we're doing when we move into meditation. So whether you call that enlightenment, whether you call it nirvana, whether you call it divine illumination, or whether you call it Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, it's all that same resonance. But radiance, if we switch it from vocabulary words to law, the universal laws, the law of radiance stipulates that the radiant energy of your primordial vibration, the true you, beyond your gender, beyond your age, beyond nationality, when it radiates through you unobstructed, that's your radiance. And that radiance, when people radiate their essence, their true nature, that's what people find charismatic or charming or likable, because it's it. So we're all going to allow that to be. I'm just going to throw it out there as our intention, to allow that, our radiance to shine. It's yours. Why not? I know sometimes easier said than done, but that's why we come together in a meditation gathering, so that we can allow it to be delicious and good. As always, I will center us. We'll stay in the stillness. We'll come out in a wave of prayer. And this evening there may be a question that comes forward. And as always, we're not going to search for anything. Meditation is just about observing. With that being said, we're going to bring down the lights and we're going to begin our practice. As always, we begin by giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves, and our minds. I give myself permission to relax as we deliberately and willingly open to the eternal light, energy, and frequencies of the divine. We open our heart, our bodies, our emotions, our minds, and we allow ourselves to move into radiance, simply allowing the eternal energies of peace and love, beauty and grace, harmony and joy, tranquility and serenity to wash over us, to rise up from within us, knowing that we have no place to go. We have nothing to do except surrender into timelessness and spaciousness and the energy of our soul, divinity, purity. And we do so by letting go of attachments to the temporal world. We let go of any concerns or to-dos. And we allow ease and effortlessness. We let go of figuring and analyzing. And we open to clarity and insight. And we let go of time. We let go of the past. We're not getting rid of it. We simply relinquish all attachments. You can feel the past lifting, floating, and merging into the eternal. We let go of the future and projections to it. And we can feel it lifting, floating, and merging into the eternal. We even let go of the present as it begins to lift and float and merge in the eternal. And in the eternal, we feel the presence of the divine, dissolving all density. You begin to feel your breath becoming deeper, fresher, and wider. No efforting, no need to change anything. We just allow every inhalation to come in and travel all the way down to the bottom of our belly. And every exhalation, fanning the internal eternal light of our heart, soul. Every cycle of breathing is taking us deeper and higher as waves of light flood down through our crowns, shoulders, torsos, and legs. You can feel an electromagnetic phosphorescence of energy rising from your feet, through your thighs and hamstrings. Tingles of light as luminosity and weightlessness flood the entire physical body. The emotional body, the mental body, where you can feel the inner eye opening to visions of the soul. The inner ear attuning to the voice and vibration of the soul. And the surface mind merging and melding with the higher mind. The higher self, the eternal self, our true self, where I invite you to become aware of desire, the desires of the soul, simply by observing. Every desire shares the same intention to bring joy. And without searching or seeking, just observing, we ask, what is it? What are the energies, qualities, and experiences that bring me the highest expression of unrestricted joy? Beauty and peace. I invite you to observe and also simply marinate, bathe in the energies that bring you joy. In every area of your life. It is here that we allow ourselves to rest, steep, and observe the wisdom of our true nature. What is the purest, most authentic, highest expression of that which brings me joy? You can feel those energies radiating. I invite you to move into a state of divine receptivity. Only receiving the eternal energies that fortify and expand as they travel through the channels and meridians of the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. No efforting. Just receiving. As these eternal energies, our natural state of being, flood our physical, emotional, and mental bodies. I'm going to invite you to expand your capacity to hold more of these energies on a regular basis. You don't need to know how or why. We are choosing to expand our bandwidth. To hold more beauty, more peace, more love, more self-love, more clarity, more joy. than ever before. More vitality, more harmony, than ever before. As we continue to marinate and steep in the energies that bring us joy, the wisdom, the eternal frequencies, I invite you to become aware of the energy of creation, the energy that created Mother Earth, that births and collapses stars, the energy that germinates seeds into trees and flowers. The energy of creation that divides cells to create a human being. This energy of creation does so only to bring forward bliss, goodness, and to satiate your joy. I invite you to feel the energy of benevolent satiation, divine fulfillment. There's a personal aspect that is seeking to fulfill your joy. Open to it as prosperity, as sacred relations, kindness, generosity, reverence and respect. Every desire of your soul is receptive to the energy of creation. And you begin to feel waves of truth and remembering it is the universe's, God's good pleasure to bring forward good. That is all it does. In our body of affairs, that shows up as symbiosis, synergy, cooperation. We can feel that expanding. And it is the energy of creation, not our efforting, not our trying, that brings everything into form. We surrender into its elegance, its ease, its brilliance. And as we continue to go deeper and higher into the radiance of our true nature, we go deeper into remembering there is one power back of all life, one intelligence, one omniamorous love, omnipresent energy that we call the universe or God or life. And it is everywhere, in all dimensions of all incarnations. Life that is living itself as grains of sand or drops of water, as planets, as trees and grass, as birds, and as our own beingness. We, each and every one of us, formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of the divine. We return to the great truth of knowing we are one with this energy of creation, one with the one. And as we bathe in that which brings us joy, as we feel the energy of divine fulfillment, as we know that there are no limits and the universe has never withheld anything, not time, not possibilities or fulfillment thereof, not resources, not money, nothing. It only gives. We say yes to circulating the givers and the receivers and the givers of the eternal frequencies. And as that phosphorescence of luminosity flows through us, the chi, the prana, the shakti, the omni-activity that is breathing our breath right now. It flows down, bringing passion, purpose, desire, benevolent satiation, and divine fulfillment, and all of its eternal counterparts through our crown, our mind's eye and throat, shoulders, heart, solar plexus and stomach, sacrum and root, down through our central core and legs, that our toes and our knees and our fingers and elbows, every part of our beingness is familiar with our radiance. That energy grounds itself to our earth star, our 10th chakra at the south pole of our energy field. we ground heaven on earth. It is natural. It is inevitable. And we are allowing it now. The highest, greatest, grandest vision and version of our lives, as seen in the mind of our soul, the mind of God, we allow it fresh and new and now, in full agreement by saying, and so I let it be. Amen. As we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, you're welcome to continue and keep your eyes closed, or you can open them, and the lights are going to come up as I welcome you back. And welcome back. That completes our deliberate time in meditation. But we can stay in a lucid state, in a ceaseless state. As you know, we are Soul Center. We're part of the Agape International Spiritual Center here in Irvine. And so if you're ever visiting in our area, please come to our Wednesday meditation service or our Sunday service, where we have meditation at 10 a.m. and music and message at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And you can contribute to our community if you feel called to. Donations and investments, if you want to call them that, are available, well, online. They should be. Oh, there it is. There's the QR code and different ways that you could do that. It should be on the screen for those of you streaming in live if you want to. We offer this as a service to our community. For those of you who are here, if you want to make a cash donation, there's a box at the back of the room. But we always want you to feel that you can come in. No strings attached, but we also don't want to push anything away. So we're grateful for all the contributions that come in, and we're grateful for all of you. And just so those of you know who may have been planning on attending the sound bath this Sunday, due to technicalities and things of that nature, we've moved our sound bath to Saturday the 30th of March. Oh, sorry, Sunday, you're correct. Sunday after service, the 30th of March. So if you would like to participate in that sound bath, it's going to be right here in this room. And we are working on a new sound system for our online viewers to participate, because I know many of you are far from here, to participate online. And with all that being said, have a beautiful, blessed rest of your evening. And we thank you for being here.